both of them are experienced anyways.
Yeah, definitely. Both the teams are very experienced. They have been in the world stage, both of them. So it is going to be such a challenge for both teams. So yeah, now we're starting with the ban phase. The first ban phase. The first ban, of course, is Fredrin and Lancelot for Team Falcon. We are still seeing the meta bans. Eve. So they're not taking their times in the bans. They know who are they banning immediately. Basha is the, of course, second ban for Team Falcon. The third ban right now, is it going to be quick or are they going to take their time?
First two bans was too quick, like instant ban.
Yeah.
Until the third one for Team Onic. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a meta ban. Maybe Clock. Maybe also we will think about Labu Labu.
Probably.
Ruby.
Probably.
And
we have, of course,
Harith.
Zushin, Harith. But have you noticed that Fanny wasn't banned for the past two matches?
Yes. Wow, Uranus.
Uranus is actually a ban. Okay. But Fanny was open actually and no one picked her. Yisun Shin. Are we going to see Fanny this time or are we not going to see her? This is what we were waiting for, because Fanny is such a fun hero to play with, and the hardest actually hero to play with as well.
As the first pick, Zushin for Onic, this is confident.
Yeah,
confident step from him.
Definitely, definitely. Right now, they need to figure out how to counter Zushin and how to prep for this match. Now, Sanji and Sano are actually the ones who are going for the picks. Who do you expect them to pick? Will they go for the roamer mid laner or will they go for the XP mid laner?
I think they will go for a roamer XP.
Actually, they went for roamer XP, so they picked Yuzong and they picked Kalea, which are two actually meta picks, to be honest.
If Yuzong gets open, I will not leave it for everything. Like any draft, if Yuzong gets open, it's like give an advantage for win. Because he's in the meta and he's strong.
Do you think they picked them because they wanted to pick them or because they didn't want Onic to pick them?
No, it's not a force. But they picked like because we saw it in the yesterday from Team Falcon as a Yuzong. Farsa.
Yeah, expected that. Expected
that. Ban Farsa is here.
Yeah,
he wanted that.
He wanted Farsa so much. Yeah.
But until now, for the I like Farsa and Yuzong together.
Of course, yeah.
The combo.
Yeah, they do such a great combo, but also Lapu Lapu and Gatut Kancha are such a great combo with Zushin as well. So it's not going to be a stroll for Team Falcons for the first three picks of Onic, of course. Right now we're in the second ban phase, and we're seeing Claude as a ban because he's very dangerous in the mid to late game. So they wanted to get rid of him immediately. Who are we going to see? Who is Kyrie going to ban right now?
We think marksman.
You think a marksman?
Yes.
I think it's going to be mostly probably a jungler or an XP laner maybe. Or maybe a marksman.
Because Lancelot is out, Labu Labu is here, and Yuzong is here, Yusinshin out. We will expect new jungler. Maybe out of meta.
I saw a carry ban, so it is actually a
maybe they will go for tanks.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, they're most probably going for tanks. That's why. But we still have Moskov as a pick, as a potential pick for tanky heroes. So less efficient than carry, but efficient enough, I would say.
I will not like focus on carry. I will focus on the last ban for them. If they will ban Moskov, they will go for tanks.
Definitely.
Like tanks combination.
Definitely. We might see an Akai pick, actually, Akai jungle pick in that case, if it ever happens, actually. But we're waiting.
Grok is open.
Grok is also open, but I don't think they will go for Grok because they already have got Catcher and Lapu Lapu. Ruby is actually a ban. I would say
Hayabusa, it's open also.
Hayabusa is open as well. Yeah. But let's see.
There is a lot of meta bans open. Like hero pools is open for both teams still.
Definitely. Akai actually got banned, so they're not going to pick Akai. Who are we? Might expect a Hayabusa or a Suyo, actually. Probably a Hayabusa or a Suyo for Onic. But for Falcon, I'm not sure with this combination what would be the best pick as a jungler. Who do you think might be a jungle pick for
I want
Team
to see
Falcons?
Granger.
Granger as a jungle?
No, for Onic. But Team Falcons?
Yeah.
I want to see... Harith, no. Oh,
Hayabusa. All right, so we're seeing a Hayabusa from Team
The
Falcon.
Hayabusa.
Yeah.
Hayabusa is like it's picked, and it's like he can do the movement faster because there is no only the cat. He can counter him. Also level up with some crowd control.
Well, we still have Suyo, we still have Eamon, we still have Fanny as a pick as well. Eamon is not actually pretty meta, but probably a potential pick, let's say. Or they might have something else to say. They can go for Ling as well. Ling actually might be a choice as well. But no, we're seeing Fanny and Harith. Yeah, we're seeing Fanny and Harith. They're going all in. They're taking all the risks of the world, actually, Onic. So yeah, that's
Still, we are
quite
talking
fun.
about Fanny, and they pick it.
And you have no
He's
idea.
the king for this. Kyrie.
Kyrie is the Fanny king.
Yes.
So
Wow.
basically, yeah, it is his pick. It is
Yes.
his main. So
I don't know why they
Do you
didn't
think
ban it.
Falcon they miss it?
no, I don't think so. I think they actually are
force it.
confident enough for them
To play
keep
against.
to play
Okay.
against Fanny. So yeah,
Makes
let's
sense.
see if their confidence is.
That's a +1 for Falcon.
Yeah. Let's see. So we have the last pick from Sano for Falcon, and let's see. We still have a gold laner. We still have a gold laner remaining. This is very interesting.
For Onic, they will play for Esmeralda. Okay. Predictable.
Yeah, actually, it's actually predictable since they're going, they're going to face Fanny. Fanny is going to have a hard time right now since she is actually facing 3 semi-tanky heroes, I would say, 1 super tanky hero. So it's not going to be easy for them.
As for now, Team Onic, they will focus on early games.
Yeah.
They will focus with Fanny more. But for Team Falcon, they need to disengage a lot, and they need to avoid unnecessarily fights, and they need to focus on objectives more than kills.
Yeah, true. But a last comment I would say before the game starts, Team Falcons is actually missing.
Better draft.
No, they are missing damage. Actually, they are missing a damage factor right now. They have the tanky factor, but they are missing the damage factor. But the damage factor is actually with Onic more than Falcons. Yeah.
Okay, once again, Onic Indonesia versus Team Falcons. Everything is on the line. Casters, please take it away.
Thank you so much to the panel for breaking down last series. I was hoping for the Barretts, man. I know we brought it up during their group stage games. And what do you think about this? How's this matchup work? The Fanny, the Hayabusa, but the rest of the compositions as well.
And when people say, when you start a sentence with Kyrie's Fanny, typically the response is say less. Right?
Say less.
This guy knows this hero so well. It's one of the best players to ever touch this hero. And I'm legitimately scared for Team Falcons here. However, I think that Team Falcons have drafted well against it. They did not get a marksman, so they're not that dependent. They are answering Kyrie. That's the first blood. They are indeed prepared for it, Taisu. And
What
that's
is
the first
fear?
blood. Oh my goodness, this is pretty bad for Kyrie. Now they want more troll. Back on this Kalea, that's also been always banned against them. They're gonna get more out of this, but Kyrie not having the purple buff. He did take it, but he lost it thereafter. That is even more frustrating if you're a Fanny player.
Yeah, and they know he's going to be going to his orange. So look at the rotation here from Team Falcons. Are they actually going to go and pressure him here, or is Boya just going to take this little camp? Okay, he does do just that. So he'll get his orange buff protected here as well by Key Boy to help him out. But yeah, losing that purple buff early on, that sucks for Fanny. You know, everybody that's played Fanny, everybody that's played, you know, we saw the Ling yesterday, by the way, and we had this discussion about the Fanny and the Ling, right?
Yeah.
And how equally that purple buff is so important for these heroes. to make it work. But nonetheless, Kyrie's still going to play, still go with the rotation they're looking for, and they might just give up this first turtle because they don't want to continue to fall behind. Now, gold-wise, it's nothing incredible for Team Falcons, but slowing down a Fanny, when a Fanny is opposing you, is one of the best things you can have in the early game, right? So Team Falcons, hopefully with that, they can continue to put pressure, especially now that Troll is level 4 in this Kalea. They can continue to put pressure where they choose. That's one of the great things about it. And if I can say something about Team Falcons, what the games we've seen previously, Troll has done an amazing job with the roam role. Usually it's either the Kalea or the Cho picks that he picks up, and he's able to set things up really well for the rest of the team. Even so, this is super comfort for Boyet. You know, Boyet's played the Hayabusa multiple times in Games of the Future alone, and it's worked really well for them. At times, he's able to go ahead and carry some of the momentum throughout the game where the rest of the team then shows up, you know, that mid to late game here. So Team Falcons in a good position 3 minutes into this first game.
Super good position. They have stopped the onslaught of this Fanny coming up from Kyrie. The fact that Hayabusa is having a way better time compared to the Fanny, which will mean that the next few turtles will be in their favor easily, and they can even activate the heroes earlier on. What will happen is that the next following cycles of the purple buff or the entire buffs, they should be contesting. And if they are playing it correctly, if there's Yuzhong, Esmeralda with the Kalea Farsa, this could be a very strong composition to take over the opposing purple buff. So you would expect there will be a lot of wars between around that purple buff later on. Maybe even more than the turtle, because Onic, I think that what they're going to be trying to do now is to forego the turtle and get that one. Now, initiation onto T-Boy. Very tanky, AOG out. Going to be safe. Onic popping the Revitalize. Yeah, and you would feel Onic will not be contesting this turtle. They will focus on their purple buff. Team Falcons are giving it away, though. It's going to be a little bit of mercy here being shown by Team Falcons. But I think that they are more concerned about the upcoming turtle as they are.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure Boy got his, but they're fighting for it.
Oh, they are indeed fighting for it. Onic actually starts this on now. The Jushin actually kills off the Kalea. Now it comes Boya. They really want to go for the defender. There's like Boya takes the turtle, while Sanji in trouble in the middle of the fight. Now Kyrie dealing the damage right now. Casually going for the cables. Not the fastest you were seeing it, but what a nice lift up coming out from Sans, forcing the flicker out from Sano. So far, Sans has been picking up the slack for Onic.
Oh, are they still going? I think, okay, Keyboy's going to be fine. Look at the pressure, though, up top. Kyrie jumps back in. Whoa! Okay, he takes it back from Boyet.
Okay. I mean, you would not expect that for sure if you are a Boyet. You're feeling very confident of the start that you've had. I understand why he was in that spot. He really wants to take away some of the green caps away from Kyrie, because that's what you really do against the Fanny. You take away the purple buff, you take away the green caps. It doesn't matter if you kill off the Fanny or not. What matters more is he stop it from farming, and I think that could be the answer for Team Falcons. However, yep, it seems like Kid-Boy and the other members of Onic, they're prepared to defend Kyrie's farm.
Yeah, this is the thing, you know, for a bit, Boyet had a bit of a lead against Kyrie, but a couple fights will put him back in position where he needs to be, and that's one of the things you want to kind of keep track of, right? Team Falcons, like I said, in that little bit of a league game, it's now gone over. This next turtle that count that Onic and contest that one. And for some reason, Troll is able to go ahead and get a pick off. Again, we're seeing them play around here. And again, he's providing a lot of that for them, scouting things out on the Scattercontra. And, you know, Troll's got to do the same thing. But far so good both sides. I mean, Team Falcons slipping behind in the game. They're actually, the momentum they're carrying on through fine. They don't have to press any of these fights just so much, because again, when you're looking at the scaling that they have, and Esmeralda here, you need to build up. Oh, this turtle though. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. They're going to contend it.
They're going to contest it for now. Farsa too far away from the fight actually.
So far.
Want to really get a kill onto that one now. Points against the turtle, but Skyler bursts down Sanji. Will get a kill on the troll as well. Now Team Falcons are being obliterated by the members of Onic. Jump out from Sano. Coffin might run away, and indeed he will. But now Sano's getting lifted up. really want to try to fight this. Boyd wants to go for it, but a stun from T-Boy and a ton as well. They are prepared for this. Boyd wants to run away, but the damage from Skylar might be there. The flicker from Lutfi, the finish of the Hayabusa. Last hit, of course, was Skylar, which is the perfect scenario for Onic. 3 kills for the gold laner. Just like that, Onic are in control again.
Man, that's timed so well. You know, Skylar at 3-0 right now on that Harith. Great usage of just kind of juggling what they had for the main part here. And, you know, all that under a turret too, Wolf. You know, that's the thing. So, yeah, that gets him the Starlium Scythe, the Feather of Heaven. He's going to build into his next item. And the thing is like, again, with that early kill against Kyrie, he's fine. If you notice the way he's moving into these fights with the Blade of Hepsies plus that Malefic Roar, it's enough to go ahead and do quite a bit of damage to even the tankier heroes of Team Falcons, and then he lets the rest of the team clean up from that point. So for Team Falcons, again, they've really got to choose the battles here correctly. Troll on the Kalea can always go for one of these members. There's only one Purify over there, right? And that's on Skylar, but the main thing is if Troll goes in, chooses to actually initiate a fight, the follow-up has to be there. And unfortunately with this kind of lineup, if the feathered airstrike is off target and it's that far away like we just saw, you lose a ton of damage potential for a team fight, especially around an objective. So you don't want this Lord to go that same way that last turtle did. And it's 10 seconds away here. And you can see Onic is going to go ahead and make this macro move. Not sure if Keyboy is actually going to jump in for this, just making sure things are okay. Lord spawns on the other side of the map, and they'll start to rotate up. So for Team Falcons, that's the big test ahead of them. Can they get the favorable positioning in this fight? Can they actually potentially pick someone off? Because even if you go, if they go for Skylar, they go for the Harith, and they are able to get the Purify out, that's one thing. They still have to follow through after that.
Onic are moving as a unit. This 4-man squad from Onic Philippines are just always yards away from each other. They jump in from Troll. They want to go for this kill with the keyboard, but it's very tanky now. Troll getting punched because of that. The jump, the stun of the Sano. They can lift him up afterwards, but now from the backlines, that is actually the jump from the Yuzhong to fend off the attack, allows Sano to get out of that fight. Already, Team Falcons have lost their roamer. They also have spent some of their battle spells in there. All the while, Keyboy and Lutpi gaining more ground. Zushin on the forward push as well. Onic will just collect this Lord as Team Falcons have lost control of that part of the map, while Lutpi already setting up for a push up top.
Yep, tier 2 down does the work there. And you see what I'm saying, Wolf? Like, Team Falcons, if they decide to go in a fight, and it's been Troll to lead that charge, most of the time his target pop, you do that, but then Troll is just gone so quickly because of this power spike that's been hit by Onic early on. Holy Crystal now too for Skylar, so the damage throughput even more now. And so the answer for Team Falcons, once again, is to, you know, who is that person going to be? Like, if they go for a pickoff, you could say goodbye to Troll. Troll's been mostly just, you know, setting things up, but then dies. And unfortunately, you don't have, other than the Feathered Airstrike right now, you don't really have that much. Like, Sano, again, picking up the Esmeralda against the Harith makes sense, you know, in terms of the matchup, but it's just not working here. The fact too that Boyet is on this Hayabusa, even if he goes into Shadow Kill, it's not enough damage to actually make Onic worry, you know. And it's just a case of the composition that Team Falcons brought to the table here. You know, even a Black Dragon form, which we usually see a big threat, it doesn't matter. He's even whittled down when he's in that form because of what Onic is capable of doing. So right now with this lead, 5,000 gold. They do continue to take resources here from Team Falcons. They'll continue to focus down these tier 2 turrets in the mid and the bottom. But at least, if I could say the shining light here. Whoa, hold on.
No, that's the combo brace right into the AOG. Sanji got me melted down, and they want to go for Troll this time. Sans collects that kill. They get two just in the snap. Initiation coming up from Luthi with the flicker and the AOG to follow it up. My goodness, Onic are explosive this time. Now they want more. Oh no. Sana jumps into the zone of Sans. This Jushin You cannot do that against Sans, but fortunately he gets out. Skylar sees some opportunity in here, but he went to transfer into the mid lane. Salmon forced to mid lane once again. The Fanny onto the counter this time. Fanny, can he get a kill? No. Oh, yes, he will. Some damage spill over out there to take down that Farsa. Now the wave clear is out for Team Falcons.
They're going to find out of this turret. Boya's just trying to clear this. Used, but won't be able to get that bottom turret, potentially the top. What I was going to say earlier before that initiation happened by Lutfi was one of the great things about Team Falcons, or one of the hopes of Team Falcons lineup, is the Feathered Airstrike clear ability. Like, you can clear out these minions, you can defend on the high ground with it, but you saw what happened, man. As soon as that Feathered Airstrike was used to clear that lane, Onic was like, all right, they don't have that. Let's just fight them. And so that's the other thing. Cuffin even needs to be wary of how he uses that in those situations, because once it's down, again, you don't have a big portion of your damage profile. So they are going to actually, seems like they want to go for this.
Oh, but the counter AOG for that one, they did take on Lutfi. Now the shadow kill's not going to be enough to get the bonus kills. Skylar dancing over the Zaman Force. Troll is tanky for now, but he will eventually go down. Sano wants to take advantage of the shields, but 4 members of Onic now onto this Esmeralda. It's taking a lot of time. Sano's surviving for this one. Flickers to the left onto Skylar. He might get a kill, but no, Skylar uses the wall. And now Sano getting lifted up. Sano survives all that. Well done coming up from the Esmeralda and almost taking out Skylar in the process. You think about it, that's a win for Team Falcons, as they did take out Lutfi in that clash.
Wolf, imagine if they weren't 8,000 gold behind, right? I know this is still going to be a Lord for Onic, unless Boyet is able to pull out a miracle. Now, Unbreakable,
oh my goodness, a 2-man Unbreakable! Converted a 2-man meltdown to Boyet with a Steamer Engine. Kyrie will take him down with the retribution of all things. And now it's only out to Troll into Sano. Coffin is down for 24 seconds.
Oh, Troll's trying to delay this.
Defense, Troll with the flicker out. Trying to delay things right now. It seems very difficult. Skylar fends him up with that Zaman Force committed. And it seems like Team Falcons will last for another minute, a few more minutes now, as the Fanny will focus on taking this Lord.
Yeah, great choice there from Troll to delay that mid-wave to push in. So buys them enough time to go ahead and get back into the game. You know, everybody's up here, but man, again, you saw the health bars were just gone when they decided to go and fight. And Onic, you know, with this lead, look at this. Look at their items, man. Again, even for Skylar, now with the Divine Glaive locked in, Kyrie picking up a Radiant Armor, right? He's already got the bases covered for physical with the Brute Force. Now he went with the Radiant Armor. You know, his whole job is just to kind of swoop in, do a little damage, and let the rest of the team shine from there. So now with this Lord in the mid, base turrets near massively. Can they defend?
Two zone pops, the ultimate Buoyant onto left. So both assassins onto the backline. Scardy, the first one to show himself. Troll catches free, but it comes Buoyant. Oh, he does a Tsunami Slam on the T-Boy, but Sandy will fall. Now Kyrie onto the backlines. He wants to go kill Troll, and he gets it. Onto that far side is Lutfi. Now the Buoyant is down, and the base is also in trouble. Onic making quick work as well of Team of Falcons.
Victory!
Onic will take game 1 off of that ending triple for Kyrie on the Fanny. Again, after dying to the first blood, what an adjustment there, but tough one to see. You know, again, you know, the Team Falcons, they seem to have a game plan in mind. They weren't able to execute it, unfortunately. That lineup, that composition that they had here, just very difficult. And that's why I said, yeah, it was great to see Sano go 1v4, 1v3, but he's just, again, you're down 8,000 gold. Let's throw it over to the panel, though, to break down a game 1 further.
Onic Indonesia made a statement. Onic came prepared, they came focused, and they are clearly not kidding around in this series. They did not give Team Falcon a chance on that game. Good?
Definitely, yeah. They didn't even give them a chance to breathe. You know, they immediately, you know, dominated, and they devoured the entire team, and they devoured the buffs. They controlled the map, full control of the map, full control of the game. But that's what we were expecting from Onic, anyways. You know, because this is usually Onic. This is how Onic plays. So they, you know, congrats for them. Not very surprised. You know. You know, the typical Onic actually.
And I would just love to say that last kills by Kyrie.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
On point.
intense.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on point.
Fanny King.
He's the king of Fanny, exactly. You know, but I salute Team Falcons for holding the door. Actually, they were holding the door as much as they could. Wasn't very easy, but they kept on, you know, trying to survive, trying to actually hope for a change in the game, but it was kind of too late for them.
They were trying to hold it, the soldier, as much as they can.
As for Team Falcons, they are trying to hold because they captured the 3 targets, but they sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah.
But Team Onic knows how to trade with it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we will give you the 3 turtles, but we will take another thing from your hand.
Exactly, exactly.
And looking at the numbers, soldier, we
17-3.
can see much difference.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you think of these 4 bands until now?
For these 4 bands are very expected, but is Falcon going to leave Fanny again? That's the question. Are they going to leave it for? They are leaving Fanny for Carry again. That's very interesting. That's very, very, very interesting. So just ban Lee Sun-Shin. Okay, yeah. Well, if they won the challenge, then they get the challenge.
Maybe now they know how to play around it. Because they tested in the first match, and they know how now they are prepared during the break.
But they shouldn't be taking risks.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Falcons is risk taker. During that, a lot of tournaments, they are risk takers.
But you know, right now they are playing for survival.
Interesting.
Maybe they have something on mind. Maybe Falcon has something else on mind. Maybe they have a plan. They have a ready draft. They know who to pick. So that's why, you know, whatever they're going to face, they are going to counter. I hope so, actually. You know, since actually Team Falcon are very, very, very skilled players, to be honest, and they deserve to win. So yeah, hopefully they would actually grab that win for the second match, so we can go to the third one.
For Sanji. I'm expecting maybe mid.
They're still going for Kalea, actually. They're going for Kalea. They don't want to take any risks that Onic takes the Kalea, which is going to be much harder for them. So, yeah, they picked her instead. Very understandable. But right now we're waiting for Skylar and Kiboy to see who are they going to pick.
For Onic, if they will go for Fanny straight away, that's maybe it will maybe 50% win for them. But still, Falcon, they can counter it easy.
It's a stretch, but yeah, it's possible, but it's a stretch. I believe they will focus on other lanes instead. I think they're going for the same lineup. Yeah, probably a same lineup. Slight changes to be honest. So let's see.
Maybe look, they secured Gatugad and Labu Labu. It's very perfect for them because if they secured Labu Labu and Gatugad, the rest it's easy because Gatugad and Labu Labu it's in the meta and like a lot of times we are seeing in the ban. Oh, Uranus again. Oh, interesting. Uranus one ban and Kimi. And Kalia, Kimi, and Uranus for Team Falcon.
But is actually Uranus going jungle or is that a troll? So let's see. Are they going for the jungle phase or not? Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen in this match. Now it's Sans. Who is Sans going for? Is he going for Farsa this time, or is he going to pick another mage? Let's see.
I would like to see Farsa. Also, Yusenshin. No, Yusenshin is
yeah, it's already banned.
Yuzong.
Yuzong is actually a choice, but why would they pick Yuzong if they have Lapu Lapu and Gacha? So there is no need for them to pick Yuzong right now.
Maybe they will choose for. Oh, Farsa.
Yeah, they're actually going for a Farsa. Yeah, they're actually going for a Farsa. Yeah. But the previous game, I believe Falcon was playing with Farsa. Yeah, not Onic.
Yeah.
Onic was playing with the Zushin.
Farsa
Yeah.
and Yuzong was for Falcon.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Now it's the second ban phase. We're waiting for Kyrie to go for the ban. Who is he going to ban? Right now, I think we are still waiting for an XP laner and a gold laner for Team Falcon.
Oh, look. For me, Team Onic as a Farsa, I want to see like different playstyle than usual. Because Farsa we saw a lot and during this tournament, but not with Onic. Okay.
I've been waiting for too long.
It's a very understandable ban since they don't want Lapu Lapu and Gatot Kacha to actually
Get
melted, basically. Yeah. So they don't want that to happen. It would give them a hard time to join the fight. So yeah, they played it safe and they're like, okay, let's ban her. We don't want carry headache, in the match. So yeah, very understandable. Right now we're waiting for the last ban from Lutfi from Onic.
But Team Onic, they're depending on Gatugat and Labu Labu more because they are trying to deny anti-tanks and anything and be annoying for them.
Yeah, definitely. That's a correct analysis from your side. But and it's also very easy for Lapu Lapu and Gatot Kacha to go backdoor, to target mages or target marksmen or target gold laners, squishy heroes basically. So yeah, it's a good choice for them, and they're very good at crowd control as well. So the last ban from Onic was Flcn, so this is going to be interesting actually. Now we're waiting for the last ban from Sano, from Team Falcon. Who do you think he's going to ban?
Maybe Harith.
Harith. Yeah, Harith it's such a great man.
On the point.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you about Arlot ban. Why?
Probably because Arlot is such a great counter for Fanny, so they don't want that to happen in the second match. Fanny's counters are not that much heroes that can counter Fanny, so they wanted to, since they didn't ban Fanny, so they were like, okay, maybe they are actually planning to go for Arlot, so no, let's keep Arlot out of the game. Or maybe Kari is planning to go for another hero like Suyo, for example, because I know he's very good with Suyo.
At your service.
Interesting. That's for me curious. I'm curious now. I want to see Granger, to be honest. Granger for Onic.
I'm speechless. Is he going for a jungle Granger, or is he going gold lane and leaving the jungle role to
Akai and
Lutfi,
Moscow?
actually?
They're hovering on these both two. Most
Interesting.
they remove carry and they have another pick for Moscow for anti-tanks, and they can like easier. If they are comfortable with Moscow, it will be like some chances on their hands.
Probably yes. Now we're waiting for the last pick from Onic, Lutfi. Is he going to play the jungle role, or did actually Kyrie pick Granger for Lutfi? Okay, Barat.
Long
Okay.
time.
Okay,
Wow.
so Barat is going to be the jungler for this match, and Skylar is actually playing with Granger, so they were actually picking for each other. So yeah, that's very, very nice of them.
Now the draft, it's equal for me. Like the picture, the puzzle, it was like missing piece, but now little equal for both, because there is Akai in the jungle and there is Baratis in the jungle.
It's not going to be an easy game, by the way, for both teams. It's not
For
going to be
both
an easy game.
teams?
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy game because I see the damage output for both teams are actually almost equal, and the tankiness and the sustainability is also, and the survivability also is equal for both teams. So, not right now, the people with the highest experience will show up right now.
You will go with who?
The heart or the mind?
Mine.
Onic.
Alisa.
Onic Indonesia has the advantage after the game one. So the big question right now, are we going to see a clean series, or Team Falcons is going to prove us wrong?
Hopefully, yes.
Testers,
Hopefully,
take it
yes.
away.
Well, welcome to game 2 here. Once again, a do or die right now for Team Falcons going against Onic from Indonesia. And it's being nice to with Wolf to bring it the action. Man, Wolf, I've been asking for this, man. I finally got it. It's my wish list for games of the future. I wanted to see the Barretts come through. I know it was played by Kyrie earlier on in the group stage.
That's right.
And it had to be the longest game so far that we've had. I think it was a 31-minute game.
Right.
And whoa, Troll, 1 HP, by the way. Flicker burned. That's not good for Team Falcons off to the start. But here, this is the interesting thing. This is what I wanted to pick your brain about this. The Barretts, after the buff that from the patch, look at the emblem Kyrie's running with, too.
Killing spree. Yeah, I guess because it's very difficult for you to proc the ignition. Impure Rage is not going to help you. Concussive Blast is not going to be useful for a jungler anyways. Yeah, even for the killing spree. I think this is a damage Barretts as well. You get so much sustain actually. Because you don't have to really worry about your HP. All you want to do is make sure that you put your enemies low enough, you know? Be active in the map, that's what I'm trying to say. And now, speaking of being active, B-Boy and Sons got that Kacha as well as the Farsa. This is such a strong combo in the mid lane. But they're going to be up against Kalia with his Kimi, which is also, I would say, a stronger kind of duo. So it's going to be a lot of aggression coming up from Team Falcons as well as Onic. The advantage that you get from the Barretts, because there was one time where it's like Baksha versus Fredrin, Barretts, and Akai. Where Akai counters Fredrin, but Barretts counters Akai in a way that you cannot get stunned when you're casting Daytona's Welcome during the ultimate. So it kind of nullifies the overall strength of an Akai, wherein you want to pin down your opponents during the threat-free battle. But if you're crowd controlling units, the Barretts, it's going to be difficult. So that's the ideology here for Onic, as Troll is going to be jumping up and about. Sanji on the back. I see what a kill stance this time, but look at that. Daytona's Welcome already committed. It's going to be Troll under duress, taken out. Key Boy. It's going to be sustainable for now. Eventually will be taken out by Coffin. And it looks like Team Falcons has achieved what they wanted to do. They have fended off the attack from Onic. Actually forcing Harry out of the zone. No more Daytona's Welcome means that this could be an easy thorough take for Team Falcons. And it will be unless Sans does something about it. Heavy spin retribution is there. Yeah, Onic will not get that W. Team Falcons will get the turtle.
Yeah, it was a good attempt, and they knew once that Daytona's Welcome was gone, plus the bravest fighter that was to secure the kill, that Team Falcons had the opening window to go ahead and secure that, and that's what they did. You know, it was a trade for the roamers basically across the board, but it's the farming that's happening here too that's giving Onic that bit of an advantage, you know, and you'll see that happen here time and time again, the way that they rotate around the map. Now, I do like this better for Team Falcons just in the sense that Sano is actually on a traditional marksman. We've been seeing them pop up more and more, especially on the non-YSS lineups, right? You do see a lot of fighter and even a double fighter lineup when the YSS is picked up. But in this case, you know, they've got Sano on the Moskov. Moskov has been able to do really well so far through the majority of games of the future. Here's a lockdown.
Yep. Want to go for Skylar, and that is a great pickup coming up from Team Falcons. They take out the gold laner. They might even take more. Keyboy getting melted. They've just forced the AOG, but the kill onto Skylar, that's the bigger objective that Team Falcons were able to get. Sanchi just forcing the retribution. Onic has to be careful about this because when it comes to late game scaling, they really have to depend on Skylar. They do have the Farsa though, so at least there is an additional way for them to do the damage, but if you're just going to be focusing on the Farsa, it will not be enough as they take out
They just got the Sky Piercer too.
What the... I mean...
Yeah,
that's gonna be great for Skylar.
You just mentioned Skylar, and you know, as soon as you mention him, he gets a kill. That was a setup there that they went for. I'm not sure why Team Falcons and Troll stayed around that area too, but yeah, early stack for Skylar to go ahead and build up with. Turtle's coming up, so they're going to rotate to this. Even Skylar himself will go there again. Sano can stay in that lane, join the fight if he lands the SRD and decides he wants to. So right now they're fighting for the control. Key Boy playing up front. Sanji doing the same. Feathered airstrike drop down.
They do have Skylar as well. SOD will not land as they have found Boyet. Could be an ambitious killer. Luthi's still outputting the damage, but Boyet gonna get out of his grip. Onic will just be happy with that objective, neutral objective that they were able to take. no additional kills out there for Onic.
This is once again being kind of that same situation. Oh, Keyboy!
Trapped in a
Can he jump?
area
He can
where
jump.
Dfyg are there. They
Oh, he
can
can.
probably jump. Oh, the heavy spin is there. There's enough stuns in the world for Team Falcons to deny the escape from Keyboy. And they did force out the revitalize. One more though, that's the exchange. Troll. Great kill coming up from Onic for sure, because that's a roam for roam trade-off. But yeah, Skylar. Did I see that correctly? The Hunter Strike all of a sudden now picked up by Skylar?
Yeah, so I think he rushed Skypiercer is what happened because he had it before he got the kill, so he got the stack. I believe that's the path he went. Yeah, so he had Skypiercer. Oh, a jump from Keyboy.
Keyboy. Mixing Coffin. That's the Kimmy. They might be able to push. Indeed, they will. 6 minutes into this game, they have already broken the turret in the mid lane for Team Falcons. That's a great pickup coming out from Onic, in Indonesia.
Yeah, it's tough here because, you know, across the map, Team Falcons doesn't seem to be doing too bad, especially, you know, they got one of the turtles. They've been able to go ahead and make some moves across. Just, they have the one turret down on bottom, but when it comes to these fights, they're not really able to synergize really well. And again, I was going to say this before that last fight broke out. Unfortunately for Troll, he's having the same experience. You know, from game 1 down to game 2, it's really difficult for him to actually get the tsunami slams they're looking for. Again, you have to work against 2 purifies. That's one thing. The other part is this, the Barretts from Kyrie. If he just decides to go ahead and Daytona's welcome Troll, it's almost an automatic kill. You're seeing the way he's playing into it. It sets things up so well with a feathered airstrike. They have control of this turtle, and Troll's just going to be zoned out. So I don't know if Team Falcons even wants to press this any further. Sanji will be fine. He'll be able to get away. But, you know, that's the thing. They're back in the... Oh, okay. That was Troll.
Kyrie kind of missed it. Well, it was a difficult ultimate to get anyways. So it was in the middle of that pixel bush. Team Falcons might just, you know, go for their one last resort here, which will be Sano.
Sano,
We're
yeah.
waiting for the late game. I think that when it comes to the value of the late game scaling, Team Falcons will have a better ultra late game compared to Onic. Question is, can they get there? Wanna go for this snag onto Lutpi. Lutpi is down very quickly at that. As Team Falcons will get the pick off finally after a long while.
Sanji just chilling in the base, by the way, of Onic, just cutting the waves. He's been cutting these waves for a while now. So he's doing work. That's literally what Sanji can do on this Uranus. Go ahead and cut those waves, get that turret down. They are going to get that top turret down by the work of Sanji, which is great. And if they continue to actually try to make plays like that, that all helps them. Again, they're just trying to catch up here. This 1,000+ lead at this point. But again, heavy spin or what have you, and like you mentioned, play into late game or even the ultra late game where then Sano is online. Cuffin will get there too. That's one thing that always happens with the Kimmy. You know, the scaling on it is really great. She's able to go ahead and provide the traction pulse, which will help them even further. And eventually, too, Sanji will be tanky enough to just kind of be in the faces of everyone from Onic, you know, until, again, the itemization comes through you. There's already a Dom Ice here for Keyboy. They're building into majority of these second items right now. Even for Skylar, he's got the Malefic Roar, so he's got his 3 items locked in, plus the Rapid Boots. Lord is up, though. So I'm wondering if with everything that's happened here in the past couple minutes, which hasn't been too much other than some pickoffs, will Team Falcons contest this? They're going to keep Sano up top. Yep. He'll just throw the spear to join this fight. Where is Troll going to go for?
Yeah, let's see. Lutpi starts the fight, trying to go for Coffin, but Troll actually lifts him up. Sanji onto the lines of Onic. Keyboy jumping to nothing at this point. San's gonna be cancelled, but he did pop the predator airstrikes. There will be a kill. Daytona's welcome being charged. Kyrie will just cancel that out.
Oh, Sano will get that turret.
Yeah, Sano will be able to push up top. It's gonna be good. So far, Team Falcons have the other turrets, both into the top lane and into the bottom lane of Onic. Whereas Onic only got a kill onto Troll, which is, if you think about it, not that much of a problem for Team Falcons. I would say Team Falcons have won that exchange.
Yeah, Sano's still staying up there too. Lutpi is there this time to kind of manage that wave. Boy goes in with the Unbreakable. Oh,
Okay, they want to go. That's Sphere of Destruction connecting onto the backline. Stroll is going to be taken out, but Skylar is in trouble. Skylar down. Now there is the kill. Kyrie gets the kill onto Sano, which is going to be massive. Heavy spin on coming up from Boyet to take out Kyrie. That's the jungler of Onic down. Massive win for Team Falcons, but they did lose their jungler. Their gold laner, I mean. But they take out the core heroes from Onic. That's the jungler and the gold laner. E-Boy with 10% HP. They still want to fight this. Oh no, the Feathered Airstrike will not be combo with the Unbreakable. Sanji sees that he can get a kill onto Keyboy. They stop the Feathered Airstrike. Sans has to fly away from this Uranus. Unfortunately for Onic, they will have the Flying Clouds in their favor. Skylar is here, and Team Falcons also feels that way. Gonna have to get back. Sano makes the beeline towards the top lane. Will be answered by Lutpi. Very smart for the Lapu-Lapu to be there, but now look at this. Troll has the ultimate, has the flicker. They can make a play up top. Lutpi has to be careful about this. He does not know. Troll, there's the jump, there's the snag. Do they have enough? They have the damage. Lutpi still surviving for now. Bumps the bravest fighter. In comes Sans. But the outplay coming up from Sano is there. Troll will be in the exchange. Lutpi survives that for God knows how. And now Sanji, they will return the favor. Onic wants to get a kill this time. Boyet mans the backlines. Onic did not see that. A little bit of maneuver come from Boyet. He sees Kyrie. Just knocks him up. They find the Farsa, but Sans will just pop the Purify this time. And they know Onic, they can just reset. They know that the heavy spin is not there, not available. As Lutpi is looking for that long lane defense. Up top, Sanji. Oh no, it's quite low. That's the Uranus. Oh, Kyrie is just winning this Lord, though. They want to go for this one. Fader, there's like, that's going to be the Tortoise welcome. And Kyrie gets the Retribution up. Sanji taken out. In exchange for Keyboy, Kyrie surviving for now. Sano shooting the damage. Kyrie just mans up and just sacrifices himself. The deed is done. He was able to use the Daytona's welcome. That is the value to get out of it. He eats this Akai, then pops the Retribution. And Onic will get the Lord because of that.
oh man. That was probably the longest fight for like what, the first Lord of the game right there. And you know, it's so funny to see that interaction between a Barrett, how he can just go ahead, Daytona's welcome the Akai, but the Akai can essentially kind of do the same thing if he's able to go ahead and get past that Daytona's welcome and push him away. So Lord was secured. They're still playing into this. Troll could be in trouble here.
Yeah, Troll just manhandled by Skylar as well as Sans. Look at the kiting that they did. Lutpi,
AOG?
is he in trouble? No. AOG is there to save him, to help him in. Because the heavy spin out to Sans. Perfect target coming up from Boyet. They take out the max kill though. But the Onic has built, but they have survived. And that is what matters most here for the Moscow.
Yeah, that's great. Again, Team Falcons, despite, you know, that bit of a deficit they had against Onic, they're able and capable of fighting against this lineup with this composition that they have. Like you mentioned, a big component to that was Cuffin's traction pulse. If they can get that, and it's a little difficult for Onic to actually catch Cuffin too. Like if he has a flicker or not. Again, this mobility that Kimmy has is difficult to catch. Plus the Moskov, so it's like. That's why Troll has died so many times, man, because he's the target for Onic. And Troll, in a way, as you look at the stacks here for Skylar specifically, for Troll, if he dies at this point, it's not too bad. As if he's able to just get a Tsunami Slam or, you know, even the Title Strike or whatever he's able to do is his job as a player. You're going to expect him to die many, many more times. But it's more so giving that space for Sano and Cuffin to an extent to go ahead and make this work. You know, Boyet as well has been so good on the Akai, 3-0-5, using that heavy spin the way that he needs to. And you're looking at the items falling into place for them now too. Looking at Sano, completely online. I know there's a little bit of an advantage here for Skylar, but Sano is where he needs to be. He picked up the Malefic gun too. He's most likely going to have the Wind of Nature next, so he has a little bit of that defense. And even for the rest, that's why Cuffin's damage hurt so much. He's got his Divine Glaive, the Wings, and then the Glowing Wand. So it's all good. It's all stacked up. And you can see this with the build that Troll has too. His job is just, I want to go get these, I want to get these Tsunami Slams off. I want to get these abilities off. If I die, I die.
Yeah, even when Onic is leading by 1,000 care, you can argue that there's a distinct advantage for Team Falcons, which is Coffin having that, because if you think about the gold laners, they're pretty much even at this point. Kyrie as well as Boyd have essentially the same amount of farm, but Coffin has a little bit of an advantage over Suns, and this is a DPS. But now, Lutpi wants to go for this kill onto Sano. Sano is life stealing though, but Lutpi reaches him. Troll trying his best to control this Lapu-Lapu, but they're trying to outplay this one. Look at that, another stun. Lutpi is surviving for now. And this is a 3 versus 4 in the turret. Lutpi still surviving. Meanwhile, Kyrie looks for that ultimate onto Boy, and they want to get this retribution up. Who gets this? This is going to be Kyrie. T-Boy now going to be pinned down, but
still
in comes the
2v1.
ultimate. Lutpi still winning the 2v1 out there. Kyrie is low, but in comes Skylar to deal the damage. Coffin misses the bolts. And now the damage is there coming up from Skylar. Boyd might be in trouble because of this. And that's the shutdown indeed. Sans and Skylar combining to deal the damage that they needed to take out Boyd. They also take the Lord. And while that's happening, Lutpi just bought enough time, dude. He should not survive that long, but he did.
Wolf. Oh no, Sans. He purified. Oh, he's not getting away from that. Good layering there from Team Falcons. But I was gonna say, Lutpi, the bravest fighter, man. 2v1. But once again,
literally the bravest fighter.
Yeah, but once again, it doesn't matter. This Lord results into basically nothing for Onic. Team Falcons keeping it together. Let's look at the replay here. All right, we got 3 cams, but this is the Lord fight. Lutpi doing 2v1. Channeling that Lapu-Lapu right here. Amazing that he's able to do that, but once again, because of the way this went, Onic essentially doesn't get too much off the Lord take. And it was just a great way to go ahead and defend and make things work for Team Falcons. Staying into that game, you can see they're not getting what they want off these Lord takes.
Yeah. Seems like Onic Indonesia or Onic Esports with his Barretts, it's just so difficult to close out games already at the late game. Eventually, Team Falcons will have better scaling overall against Onic. Not to say that Onic doesn't have the late game prowess. I still feel like they can. But when it comes to just the quality of heroes that they can get, Team Falcons, with this Kimi, with this Moskov, definitely having the tools to deal with Onic in this latter portions of the game. In fact, you can argue that this 1.4k lead of Onic doesn't matter as much, especially because they haven't been able to push an inhibitor turret against Team Falcons. So this is such an even game up at this point, despite the fact that Onic has led by, when it comes to the goal, they have by 1,000, 2,000 for the longest time. It feels...
The game has been very even, the way this is played. Whoa, Keyboard jumping in. They just want this turret, I think.
Yeah, they actually forced the flicker to Sano. A feathered airstrike is not going to be used yet by Suns, but just the AOG is enough. The fact that Keyboard did not die, it's actually important here. Taking the purple buff, they will get it. All the while, Lutpi has been able to push. A little bit of war of attrition in there that Onic won by a little bit, just because of the fact that they have taken on the turret.
Yeah, so again, it's those small things that kind of add up here. Oh, are they going to go for Sano?
To go for display.
They know he doesn't have flicker.
Yeah, that's right. And Sano, if you overstep here, it's going to be difficult for you. They do have the sentry. Will not pop it just yet.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
He'll be okay.
Lutpi's gonna say there, look who's coming up there, too. Troll, just in case, So the senses of Team Falcons here are on point. Again, they know the timer for the flicker. It's still down for a whole minute. And so if they choose to make a play, and that's why you see Onic trying to decide, do we actually want to make a play here for Sano? Because obviously if Sano's out of the picture, that's a big part of Team Falcons lineup gone. And so it's a stalemate for this Lord. Again, with this Lord being nearly at 20-minute mark, evolved, much stronger, much more difficult to take. And that's why you see this kind of positioning here from Onic plus Team Falcons. Really undeciding that. So yeah, Sana, as long as that flickers up, he'll be fine. So they just want to delay for now.
Up the sentry up top to Scott up where Lutpi is. 3 versus 3 upcoming in this Lord fight, Lord pit or the Lord pit. Sans is far away as well as Lutpi. And you would understand why the Moskov is far away. You can just pop the SOD. That's a classic play anyways. Sun's gonna be scouted out by Troll. Onic are just biding their time. They want to go to Troll this time, but it's the Feathered Airstrike. At this point, though, that's just a 26-second cooldown, so it's gonna be okay.
Plus, I think he's taking purple, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, he should have it. I think they're still going to wait there patiently until they get the signal from the rest of Onic. Right now, Team Falcon's willing to fight.
Oh, Sano is going to be able to take out Skylar. And now Kibo might be next. Sano looking for a target to lift up those stuns. Is bursted down. 3 members of Onic gone just like that. And seems like Team Falcons are just so clean with it. And it's all started by the SOD. A heavy spin that Onic did not expect. Now they're pushing. They do have all the damage in the world. This is Kimi and Moskov. Lutpi and Keyboy, can they defend? So far, they have cleared out the bottom lane wave.
Team Falcons off a 1 delayed Lord Take. Choose the fight. They got to be proud of that one, Wolf. That took so much discipline from them. To wait for those battle spells to be up, to wait for the right resources to be up, to join this fight for that Lord later on. And like you said, you know, it was the positioning that just caught Onic off guard too, you know? And it was great Spear of Destruction, by the way, earlier on, that allowed Sano to go 1v1 against Skylar in the jungle there. So just great to see. We're gonna throw it over to the panel to break down game 2.
Wow, wow, wow. Surprises are coming. I did not expect that one from happening. I have no words. No words. Soldier?
To be honest, little bit giving one chance. Let's test what is going on. And if we will lose, this is our mistake. But if we win, this is another chance we are making. So
They're not going to take it easy. They're going full on because it's a lot of money.
Both of them under pressure.
Yeah, definitely.
Kimi and Garuga.
We're kind of actually seeing that they're kind of, you know, switching roles a little bit since the previous game. Kimi was with actually Team Falcon. Right now, Onic is like, no, we're taking it this time. Give us a chance to play Kimi this time. So to show you how to actually play with Kimi. But Kimi in the previous match was actually amazing as well. So yeah, but let's see how good Onic will do with Kimi.
Do you think Fanny we will see it in the last game?
The Kyrie already took YSS. Boyet, of course, went for Farsa. But I believe, do you think Falcon would go for Fanny this time?
Maybe. That's what I want to predict.
Challenge Kyrie face to face. You know,
wow,
the king.
Fanny King.
So who is the king?
Yeah. Maybe they might do that.
Who wants to be the king?
We will know if they're actually going for a carry for a Fanny pick after, of course, the second phase of the ban, where actually the first ban in the second phase is going to be Claude. Right now, we're waiting for Kyrie to ban carry.
I've been waiting.
So Kyrie is banning carry.
Wow.
Maybe we'll see Moscow this game more than carries out. They have got maybe we'll see Paratis as the last game. Akai, no.
Maybe Akai.
Yeah.
Maybe Akai from Team Falcon. Maybe.
Also Grok. It's open.
Grok is open. Probably it's the last card that Onic would go for. Since they still can go for
Export still. Harith.
Harith is still open. Exborg is still open, yes. Harith is not
It's out.
not anymore. Thank you so much, Soldier.
No need to mention.
Actually, yeah, Harith is such a fun hero to watch, but unfortunately, we're not going to see him in this match. Right now, we're waiting for the last man from, of course, Onic. I believe they would go for a jungler ban. Yep, they did go for a jungler ban, which was Akai, another annoying jungler. So let's see who is Sano going to pick for Team Falcon.
Until now.
Yes, we're gonna get.
Quarter. Take it away.
And once again, for the last time for today, welcome everybody here to the stream and watching over there live in Abu Dhabi. It's Games of the Future 2025 MLBB, and it's down to one game in this quarterfinal match between Onic from Indonesia versus Team Falcons. Game 2, hey man, Team Falcons surprised us, Wolf. I would say, you know, that was a phenomenal game for them. But now we've gone to drafts that are a little more standard for Game 3. Even on both sides, it's something we've seen a whole lot of. You know, these picks are the current meta for the most part, basically. And it's just funny because through this series alone, you've seen very different shades on both sides, right? But now to this, it's basically a balanced composition of let's see who executes better in this fashion. Yes, you have potential to start faster than the other, I think, on both sides. But, you know, for the most part, it's Boyet's best pick that he's performed with so far. It's Trolls. He's played back-to-back to Bafarsa. You know, and the same can be said over here for Onic. You've seen these guys against the Granger and the Gold Lane.
Somehow, like, if you're Onic as well as Team Falcons, at least you played a good hero in your last game, potentially your last game, no matter what happens. Sun's already taking some, you know, zoning out copy. I think he's able to deny at least 1 or 2 minions away from that Parsa, which is going to be instrumental in them getting Eternal One attack.
Oh, Ludwig.
Shy, since it's enough. Ludwig takes out Sanji. So that best usage of the Petrify. And you would think that that's not a possible way to do it if you're Yu Zhong, especially under the outer threat enemy shields. But yeah, it seems like Ludwig has played this hero way too much and we knew the limits of hero.
It's always the thing about the Yu Zhong, man. One of the best laners to go 1v1 against, you know, usually has the advantage in a lot of matchups. And that Petrify, I mean, there's not too many heroes that can do that, right? Fighting under the turret with those shields like that. So a great start for Ludwig. They're still going to go ahead and start up this turtle, though. Look at the positioning here from Team Falcons, though.
Ludwig avoided that gank coming out from Team Falcons, and he knew that because of that first blood, it's going to be easier for him to get to level 4. Just because of that read coming out from Onic, it kind of wasted the time of Team Falcons. Coffin is not level 4, Troll is not as well, whereas Onic, they have taken that turtle just like that. What a great maneuver and the hard read coming out from Onic. But now Keyboy in trouble. As the AOG, how many times have we seen this, man? Keyboy is just baiting out some commitments from his opponents.
Yeah, with that, I mean, there hasn't been too much happening here, but because of the way that the rotations have gone, look at the lead that Onic has been able to build already. Again, it's only one kill on the board from Luffy earlier in the first blood, but because of, you know, the gold from the turrets are being taken here, the way they're moving around the map, the objective, of course, Team Falcons will find themselves at an early game disadvantage. That's not too bad because this lineup allows them to go ahead and actually have some pretty good skirmishes now that the level 4s are available. That again is usually between, oh, Tsunami Slam actually in the mid.
They love the Keyboy, no AOG during that moment, and that,
as I was saying, you know, Those level 4s.
Yeah, so important.
The Tsunami Slam with the Feathered Airstrike early game potential is just massive. You throw in Boyet on this comfortable pick of the Hayabusa, it's almost a guaranteed kill if they're able to get it. Again, eventually, you know, these Purifies are going to come into play. Troll's job will be much harder in the mid game towards the late game, just like we saw before. So you might as well capitalize on having that available to you right now. 20 seconds away from this turtle to come up. Onic obviously still with this bit of a lead, not losing too much if Keyboy is the one to go down here. And so they'll get in position. Boyet will go ahead and grab his buff. Kyrie is going to go ahead and wait for some information, plus the rotation from the rest of the team to come through. Again, the YSS a little bit susceptible to this lineup, so he's got to be really careful about his positioning, but they're going to go here on the bottom side.
Yeah, because the Tsunamis don't want to get AOG far too late. Good feed down for the count. Kyrie in exchange will get a kill in control. Want to kill Sanji? No, they will just focus on Crab. And eventually, they'll be able to take this Turlo. But no interest with the Retribution, so maybe Onic will not be interested in taking this fight just yet. However, I think the timing might be just off. Or it might just play himself, unless Keyboy
going to delay him, I guess.
So far,
or try to, anyway.
Try to delay him. In comes the Yuzhong with the ultimate from out of nowhere. Looking for a target this time, but it's just more for zone out. The Squad Shadows has been prepped up. Kyrie is here, but he was stunned up. Sanji takes this turtle for himself, and Kyrie is down. Now Keyboy with a taunt to punish Coffin as well as Sanji, but I think the Team Falcons are very much happy with whatever happened in there. Boyan has to run away from Lutfi. Very tanky. Sanji can kill Troll. Yes, he can. I don't know if that's glowing one that he was able to get now. That was very early to get that item.
We're going to see the item. Oh, it is.
There it is.
Yeah. It's the glowing wand. Man, just enough. Just literally enough to take that kill there. But yeah, it was unfortunate for Kyrie. He wasn't able to get the Retribution off at the right time. I know he used it, but just the turtle was secured for Team Falcons, which is great for them because they still have so much grounds to cover. You know, and this lead that Onic has will continue to build up. It's spread out pretty well, too. The fact that Sans has the 2 kills and the one that he just got him this bit of an advantage is kind of troubling because, again, with a Kimmy, naturally you're thinking, you know, late game she's going to be a bit more of a menace, but now that you're scaling up earlier than you normally would, the traction pulse isn't the only thing that you have to watch out for your Team Falcons, right? So we'll see what Sans is able to do, and now with this bit of a lead against Cuffin, who, you know, the Feathered Airstrikes have been there, but it hasn't been as valuable just yet. So Cuffin's positioning needs to be kind of fixed here a bit for Team Falcons, and we'll see if they're actually able to convert anything here for now. But both teams still trying to work on some of these tier 1 turrets. It's only that one turret down that Loopy got. He's still on that bottom side, but it looks like Onic might go ahead and start to put some pressure to open up the map up here on the top side.
You gotta take note that there are important items that Team Falcons have picked up as well. The fleeting time for Troll, which will mean that the Tsunami Slam will be more active. They utilize more. Skyler picks up the almost 7 minutes in. You can expect him to have more items apart from that. Prioritizing the Oracle over the Enchanted Talisman is going to be great for Onic because that means that they can have someone to control the team. Sano gets out. I really want to see the items. If Skylar has both Enchanted Talisman as well as the Oracle at 7 minutes, that is such a big time. He does have it.
He does.
Wow.
Yeah.
4.8k as of this moment.
He's been farming like crazy, man. Yeah. You know, and against the Granger too, against Sano here. He said the whole plan was to go ahead and grab that objective. Now they're going to get the tier 1 turret down. It just seems like Team Falcons is a little more passive right now. And maybe that's part of the game plan to allow Sano to get to where he needs to be. I know he's got the 2 items already, Hunter Strike and Sky Piercer, but as you know with the Grangers, you need a little more time to cook there. But they're going to force it in the mid.
Force it in the mid. Indeed, there is the Dragon Form going to be used. The Sanji Lapu-Lapu is not getting any mark. In fact, he will be taken out because of the damage out of the Esmeralda. Lupi was there to kind of cut off any reinforcements coming out from Team Falcons, and Onic will just get a clean kill onto Sanji. They will try to push this mid lane as well. So sliver away tree for this turret. I think that they would be able to take them down.
Yeah, it's going to be very easy for them to get Boy charging up here. Team Falcons will do everything they can to hold on to it, though, so that they do.
Yeah.
It's inevitable for this turret to go down eventually because they got to deal with the rest of the map, and that's what I was saying. You know, Team Falcons is a bit passive right now. It's purely playing around Troll, and that is pretty difficult position to be in if you're Troll, because especially when your flicker is down, you know, you got to rely on the rest of your kit there to get these tsunami slams off, the tidal strikes and whatnot. And so it's pretty tough because really no one else is able to do it just yet. It is, oh no, Troll.
Good info that they got from here. Troll is not the target. I think they want to get the Granger this time. Sano will try his best to get out. Gets a turret actually. Flickers out there. And try to outplay Kyrie in here, but with so much members of Onic. Okay.
Oh, good space. Wow, Troll actually, whoa.
Okay, the decision
Sano's still going.
Yeah, he's still going. Eventually we'll get the dash. That's the nod that we used.
Oh my goodness.
AOG.
Sano.
Oh, the cancel.
No.
They cancel it out. And now he misses.
Oh my
Sano
God.
escaping death from the bottom lane up to the top. Coast to coast. And now Team Falcons, they know they have the advantage. Now the Lord setup is there. Sanji going in for Sun. Suns has to pop the Purify for that one. Kyrie with the ultimate. Okay, they want to jump into that. It's not up to Kyrie. And now he's taken out. That's a part of dealing the damage. Now Lupi tries his best to take out someone from Team Falcon. Sans, he don't want to close up a kill out to Troll. Sanji taken out. In comes Skylar. He has to streak ball. Boyet is down. Sano will be chased down by Skylar while Sanji tries his best to avoid Lupi. But he aids them. Now Sano and escape death once more.
Oh my
Sano
goodness.
takes out the Lord. And Onic already losing that fight, but they have found an opening. Skylar forces the flicker out. Sano, oh, he's taken out. Barca with the ultimate. Skylar dances. He's trying to get away. He gets away. Onic, oh my goodness. Miraculously won that team fight.
Fancy feet, Skylar, man. The bomb, the weave. And what was that fight? It started by chasing Troll, then going to Sano. Sano went around, all the way around the world, basically, to the Lord, to nearly taken out with the Tsunami Slam and the setup from Sanji. And luckily, the rest of Onic was able to get there in time to secure the Lord, because, man, was that a crazy extended fight. Now they're going to go for Boyet.
Boyet, oh, he received so much damage. He couldn't pop the ultimate. Onic played that perfectly. The Team Falcons have lost their steam. They gotta have to rally around this top lane, or maybe just give it up. Just defend from their base. They eventually will have the Holy Shields anyways. It's just 11 minutes, 30 seconds. It just allows that to clear out the minion wave for them. It will be the case. Gotta have to wait for Boyd for now. The Onic are just happy with the results of the first 11 minutes of the game.
Yeah, well, I think it was one of those situations where, you know, Team Falcons saw a bit of that hope. Again, they've been down thousands of gold throughout this whole match, and then they saw a moment there where they potentially had it, but then with Onic adjusting the play, securing the Lord, it kind of, you know, was a demoralizing for them a little bit, but they can still adjust from this. I know 7,000 gold. That's a lot of ground to cover here for Team Falcons, but you can't count them out just yet. We've seen games turn around before. We've seen games go 30 minutes here in the games of the future. So Team Falcons, as long as they're able to stay focused in on how they can turn this around. And once again, it usually falls on those shoulders of the gold laners, you know, getting the space to work with. Sano has the items he needs. Taking a look at him right now, he's got the Molecular working on his next. You know, the damage output. Same thing with the Cuffin. Like, Cuffin just needs a little more time. He's got this glowing wand, a Divine Glaive. They're able to go ahead and cover that, but they're too far behind collectively as a team right now. And the only way to solve that problem is for Team Falcons to kind of buckle in and get ready to defend. Their defense is great. So this kind of lineup should keep them into this game for the minutes that they need. That's one of the big things here. They don't want to get caught into a situation where they're scrambling to get a pick off and then they get collapsed on and they lose a team fight entirely. This next Lord coming up, though, it seems like they want to contest it, and that could be a little too risky. It might be better off just defending in the base, but with your tournament life on the line, do you risk it? Do you go for it? That's what Team Falcons is trying to decide here. Skylar will push out Sanji as the rest of Onic will start up this Lord. Cuffin was going to go handle these waves, but they're going to force this one. Troll could be in trouble. Flickers defensively. A little disconnected here.
Sanji with the ult, and now AOG. Troll is going to get caught because of that. They want to get a kill of this one. Tsunami have defense, and the Troll be able to get out.
Troll's still alive.
And they let go of that Lord. But nobody died for Team Falcons as well as Onic. However, ultimate's committed as well as battle spells. I think this is the moment where if you're Team Falcons, you say, yeah, let's just give it up. Be waiting for 11 seconds. Yeah, they will get it. So they're going to be waiting for more. I think the idea here is you delay the Lord spawn so that the ultimate coming out from Loot P will be available as well as the AOG. So this is the prep work that Onic is doing now up against Team Falcons.
This shows us too, you know, throughout the series, Wolf, that even with big leads, like thousands of golds of worth of a lead, there's still the potential chance that a team can like turn that fight around, you know, and it really just depends on the lineups that are in play, but also the execution of Team Falcons here in that case. A big part of it, though, is if you're playing with this kind of lineup that does have good high ground defense, good clearing capabilities, is getting the most use out of what they have. That being, in this case, also Cuffin's Feathered Airstrike, being able to clear out what they have. If they use the shotgun, Attraction Pulse already thrown out. Black Dragon Form.
Feathered Airstrike for the defense, but the Petrifies there. AOG to follow. Now the Farsis just knocked them up in the air many times and he's taken out. Now they want to go for Sanji. Sanji gets out of there. Troll trying to save what he can. And boy, it will not be able to get any kill out of that. But they did take out two.
Just going to go for mid.
Gonna go for mid for now. If anything, Team Falcons are happy with this. It's a 1-for-2 trade-off. I thought that Boyd wasn't able to get any value of the ultimate, but apparently they got two.
That's exactly what I was talking about, man. You know, it doesn't matter if they're down 8,000 gold with this kind of composition. They're actually in a good position to defend. And they can do it a little bit more difficult. Traction Pulse.
Oh no, Skyler has to be careful about this. Nothing is alive. That's the ultimate. Now they're being locked up. Now Sanji getting punished as he overextends in front of Kyrie. Kyrie and Suns are prepared for that. And Skyler just acted as a bait. Team Falcons didn't connect completely well. That's why they have the Sanji, but they want more. Oh, the Purify might not be able to save it, but Kyrie's there to save the day. Boy, it is going to be punished. Oh my, Kyrie peeled for Suns. That was a great play coming up from the Sky King. And they want to push this mid lane now. It's going to be the Feathered Airstrike. Saving the day as well for Team Falcons. Tsunami summoned the Esmeralda. Skylar is alive for now. Suns going to be there to threaten the members of Team Falcons. Onic will claim the kill onto the turret down the bottom lane. How about that play from the Sky King, Kyrie?
Great from Kyrie, but again, I got to give it up for Team Falcons. They tried to make something happen, and in this scenario, Wolf, sometimes they have to do that. If they try to make a miracle play, then and you're down 10,000 gold, there's only specific things that you're able to do to turn this game around. That could have been one of them. So you can't discredit that attempt. They are going to go ahead and face off against this lower take. It's being quickly worked on, but keep an eye on Troll. He's got the flicker available. Onic knows it too. Like, they respect the potential here that Team Falcons lineup actually has with this, and it could quickly go wrong here. Troll waiting patiently.
Good.
Honestly, go ahead and start this up once again. Troll is such a big piece to this puzzle for Team Falcons to potentially turn it around. Onic has to spot this out. That's why they're staying on this side of the brush too. Gotta hold the Lord. They're gonna jump in.
Gotta jump in indeed. Now everybody's being seen because the mounting shocker Sanji does not have the ultimate anymore. And so does Ludwig. The Petrify combo is there. No kills just yet. And then comes the Feathered Airstrike. Also not gonna be as effective as you would think. But Team Falcons has to mind their minion wave. Now there's gonna be a Tsunami Slam out of there. Patrol to get out. Will get out of harm's way. Cuffin. His ultimate is gonna be back up soon, but Kyrie has already worked onto that Lord. quietly, as the rest of Onic were just able to zone out the members of Team Falcons, keep them busy. Although while Kyrie was able to get that Lord.
Yeah, they just had to wall them off. Again, with Team Falcons utilizing some of their ultimates before that fight even broke out. Onic knew they had the advantage, and that's why they were able to go ahead and just play zone with that. So this is an evolved Lord getting ready to go towards this base here. And this is what I was saying for Team Falcons. It's a huge obstacle to see if they've gotten enough time. Again, they've been down thousands of gold for minutes, and they've bought themselves 5 or 6 minutes to this point. Great job utilizing this composition to stay in the game. They are going to have to deal with this push-in, though, losing their base turrets here. Can they stay in a feathered airstrike drop down?
Onic not going to initiate into that. They're just going to be waiting for the Lurk. Sanji into the front lines. Here comes the Sky, this ultimate. Yuzhong Sanji is out now on the back lines. Look, that's the Barca. Coffin down. That's the way clear out. In comes the cut. The shadow kill. Not going to be enough for now. And they can kill the troll. And even Sando falls. Everybody drops dead. And now it's Onic to advance to the semifinals.
Took them a little bit longer to end that game, but Onic will make it happen. Heading to the semifinals, and Team Falcons showing fight, showing grit to stay in that game for as long as they could, despite being down at the thousands of gold that they were. But a phenomenal performance through their run here at Games of the Future 2025 at Abu Dhabi. Team Falcons definitely one of the teams that has continued to improve from every international they've performed in. But Onic, once again, just one of the powerhouses of MLBB esports, and they continue to show it. You know, with these compositions, Wolf, it was a bit difficult to make it work, but at the end of the day, the best team with the least amount of mistakes will make it happen. Let's throw it over.